Of all the big things coming out of E3 2011, one of the things that were most important, obviously, was the Wii U, the new console for Nintendo. Going deeper, wider, all that
That
stuff.
sounded a little bit dirty, but I think, yeah, I mean, anytime there's new hardware that we get our hands on, it's a huge deal. And we did.
We did? Or, well, you did.
I did get my hands on it. And I gotta say, you know, from first impressions were that when I looked at the press conference, it was like, oh my God, am I gonna hold that big thing in every game? I'm gonna move it around. That's gonna be really cumbersome and tiresome, and you know, I wasn't sure about it. But when I got it in my hands, it was surprisingly light, and it felt surprisingly good. You know, it felt like it didn't feel like a normal controller, but it you know, playing a normal game on it made sense. And the applications for the screen are just, you know, it boggles the mind. And some of the tech demos they showed us glimpses of what might be sort of key mechanics in games in the future, even though it's hard to see any of them as a proper game, a full-size game.
Can you give examples of the tech demos that you got your hands on?
Well, so one tech demo that I really liked was the shield pose. It's sort of like a rhythm paradise, rhythm having game, where you use the screen to take. There's a pirate ship, and it shoots arrows at you, and you, in tune with the music, you have to sort of, when it say come on, then you have to get your controller up, center, left, right.
Which must have been really easy on the noisy.
It wasn't easy, but you know, if you've played those kind of games before, it was easy for me to see that could be part of a Rhythm Paradise game in the future, and it was fun, even though there were some things getting used to, like operating outside of the screen for things. You have to find a reference where it's left, because you could see on the screen, of course, that it showed up where you're supposed to have it, but when you're playing, you can't really look at the screen. You have to sort of know that right over there, that's my reference, that's where I need to put it. So it's interesting, and it's something you're not used to.
Anything else?
Well, I mean, they had a lot of other demos, I think 8 in total or something like that. There was a Mario demo, there was a Zelda demo that really only showcased like HD graphics. Not that interesting, but you know, since we've seen...
For Nintendo, it's a rather big deal.
Yeah, since we've seen Zelda games on hardware basically around the same power for 10 years, you know, I think Zelda fans will be pretty much appreciative of that.
Oh, yeah.
There was another fun game, Chase Me, where 4 players were using the Wiimotes to chase the 5th player, who was using the new Wii U controller. And he could see from above the playing field, the maze, and all the other players. And they could only see their part of the big screen as they were chasing around the labyrinth. So that's a really nice little game that I'm sure is going to be part of some party game at one point or another. Tried both sides of it, and it was a lot of fun. But once again, it's something brief that only shows off some sides of the tech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about the tech in general? What after the press conference and after having played it, what's your initial feeling? What's your gut feeling about Wii U at this point?
I mean, the market obviously reacted very negatively to the announcement, and there was some confusion whether it was a console or just a controller and things like that. And I think they could have really done a better job of showing it off. And also, I think people were a little bit disappointed in the fact that there were really no proper games shown for the platform. We couldn't really gauge it, like how it measures up against PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 in that sense. So
we got to see a lot of core titles though, coming. Promised.
Yeah, for a Nintendo console, it's gonna have more of the third-party core title support than we've seen in a very, very long time, and that's positive. It's just gonna be interesting to see how these games actually make use of what's unique about the Wii U, because that's the whole big point of it. And I did get a lot of developers were very positive about the possibilities that they had at their hands with the Wii U. They've only recently gotten it, the top tier developers in the world. So I think it's still a little bit early to sort of find out more. And It's early to see where they're taking it, but it's going to be interesting. So, I'm
E3
looking
2012 then?
probably going to be a lot of games playable for Wii U, yes.
Yeah.
And they haven't set any dates or anything like that, but sometimes during 2012. So it's going to be great, I think, to be able to just bring your gaming with you to the bathroom or to the bedroom, or if someone wants
Remind
to
me
watch
to never
TV.
chat with you again, ever.
Yeah, I hope they don't use it. Is there a camera on it as well? I can't remember. That would be just wrong.
Stop talking.
All right.